Let me bring in PKD Nambiar at this point as well. PKD Nambiar, it's now time for the ministers to come out with an action plan. What do you believe their priorities should now be after this huge overhaul that took place yesterday?
Well, as you know that, as far as my opinion is concerned, that Prime Minister Modi must have clearly very well laid out a plan for all of them, what they need to be doing in the first month, in the first quarter, maybe in the 6 months, and the long term and short term goals and aims must have been given to them. Maybe for an example, the new communication minister has got a task of implementing the Bharat net across the villages, the internet to be reaching. So as the different ministers have been given different tasks as far as my knowledge goes. So I think he's a tough taskmaster. Nobody is going to have any breathing time. No one is going to enjoy their life. I remember then during the last time when they, during the oath-taking ceremony, one of the ministers the second day went to his own place, I mean constituency, for just to the typical the politicians, you know, they to go and get garlanded. But before he landed there at the airport, he was asked to come back and resume the office and start working on. So politics under the Modi regime is very, very different. It means business. You need to really work hard, and almost every ministers have got the full task in their hand, and they will have to just start performing. There is no other way around. I think the political significance of this, other than the governance significance with this reshuffle or the cabinet expansion, I believe, Uday, that the political significance is much bigger. The political significance is that no one is indispensable under the Modi regime, and no one should be treating as that it is, once I am a minister, I'm for lifelong, it's my baby, and I can be a minister forever. So here is a clean and clear message to all those who are taking over, all those who are going, all those who may be aspiring to be a minister or to be in the cabinet whenever it may be. Maybe Uday wanted to be a minister tomorrow. You need to be very, very careful that you need to really work hard. You can't have just going and pita kaatne wala jo time nikal gaya, aapko kaam karke dikhana padega. So I think these are very, very strong political message. We have never ever seen ever in the history of India such kind of a reshuffle and an expansion or a complete overhauling. In fact, from the last 1 year or so, multiple channels and many media was speculating that there are some ministers are going to come in, some ministers will go off, but nobody could even till yesterday afternoon give any kind of a picture about what was actually in store. So a lot of surprises, and I believe these surprises are going to be really benefiting every Indian and India as a whole, and that is what I think we all should look up to. And I think all the negativity, whether it is a COVID wave 2 or all those negativity has been killed through a master stroke once again by the master strategist, the master politician, Modi.
Nambiar, respond to that. Are we forgetting the real issues through concentrating too much on who's got what?
That is not what Mansi said is not really the truth. There are crises, there is no doubt. But as a nation of 1.3 billion people should be sitting and crying all the time, that is not really going to happen. I think the best way to manage a crisis would be even celebrating a small thing. And secondly, most important part is that a section of new ministers are coming up, and a new energy in the union cabinet is coming up, is definitely a time to celebrate, because otherwise what is democracy is all about? We proudly say from morning to evening that we are one of the world's largest democracy and a functioning democracy. What else is democracy? Celebration. Elections, we say that it is the celebration of democracy, and even the new people who are going to come and governors, of course, their swearing ceremony should be celebrated. There is no doubt about it. There are reality. There is a price inflation is happening. There is, of course, the petroleum prices are at its peak. These are all reality. But does that mean that you and me start sitting and crying? And in the meantime, we should also celebrate that today more than 6.5 crore people have been given the LPG gas cylinder to their house. Don't you think you wanted to celebrate that? Don't you wanted to celebrate when 30 crore plus people in this country had been given a bank account? After 70 years later, they were all being brought to a banking system. Don't you wanted to celebrate when all the money which is generally never been reaching to the poor people today is reaching to their bank account directly? I would like to celebrate that. I also wanted to celebrate when there is 37 kilometers highway is being constructed every day in this country, which is never ever happened in the history of India. But when I am constructing 37 kilometers of highway every day, the world's largest record, I definitely wanted to celebrate. Yes, there are crises because we are going through an unprecedented crisis, but that does not mean that you and me stop breathing, you and me stop eating, you and me stop celebrating and stop living. I believe I would like to look at the positivity part of it, and crisis management is a reality which we need to be leaving it to the people. We Indians are known for coming out of all of it. Price in this is the first time. This is the first time. Why don't you appreciate the fact in the last
equal opportunities to
in the 7 years? In the 7 years, Uday, the price.
Uday, you'll have to give
Okay, take a break.
Uday, I don't know where to give an answer to start with. I believe the whole idea of our democracy and a functioning governance is when we see the development which is happening on the ground.
Okay.
When you have hit a crisis like when the vaccinations, when a country which was considered as a snake charmer's place till few years ago is being able to come up with its own vaccine within 1 year, and India becomes the largest vaccinating country in the world with more than 40 crore people. Doses have already been administered. Rather than I celebrate that, I wanted to say that this is what a country or an emerging superpower is going to give. Today, we are,
Okay.